Chumaka, and welcome back to my channel. To those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Chumaka. Please remember to watch, subscribe, and engage. Thank you very much, like you've been doing. Come with me. We are the baby going to Dr. Asante for my 3-month post-op checkup. Right, but you know it's very important for my doctor to be able to testify. We want it like their pigs.
I think what people need to realize with the BMI, for me, I just feel that there's different BMIs and there's different procedures that work well for different BMIs. And I would obviously say that there's a balloon, and the balloon will assist you up to a certain type of a BMI. And the balloon obviously has its limitations.
What's the limitation for?
So obviously with the balloon, you put it into your stomach, and what ultimately happens is that over time the stomach gets used to having this inside. So obviously you would have a period where you're having a lot of success with regards to low appetite and so forth. But as with any implant, the stomach gets used to it. You know, so you would lose a certain amount of weight, and you may not go below that. You know, so especially if you have very high BMI.
What's high BMI?
So anything more than 40 is considered a high BMI. We also consider a high BMI if you have a BMI of 35 and you have any obesity-related comorbid disease like diabetes, obstructive sleep apnea, arthritis, hypertension, high cholesterol, etc. So if you have extremely high BMIs with comorbid diseases that need to be treated, we would obviously recommend the best tool for you, which would then be surgery. The surgery is the best tool to lose the most weight and to also help with the comorbid state as well. Now, a balloon will do something, but it may not be as effective as surgery, and we all know that. I think ultimately you cannot compare an apple to a pear. And basically, when we compare gastric bypass to a balloon, we are comparing two different things. With gastric bypass, we are actually changing the way your body reacts to food or processes food generally. So that's why we say gastric bypass is a long-term procedure, and then we say balloons are short-term. Anyway, they do come out in any case, so it is a short-term procedure. But ultimately, how we come up to a decision whether to use a balloon on someone versus another person, for example, is the fact that BMI does count. It's a very important factor. The second factor is, does the person want an invasive procedure or a long-term procedure versus a short-term procedure? Is the person also having multiple obesity-related illnesses as well? And certain other cues on the history then allow us to make that decision. And obviously the decision is also not something that I make alone, but it's something that we make a decision ourselves and the patient. It cannot just be me saying have surgery or have a balloon or have an ESG.
It's democratic.
Exactly. We all have to agree and be happy with the decision we've made. But ultimately, we must realize that there are limitations to each and every procedure. And you cannot say I want 100 kilograms weight loss and then go for a balloon. It's not going to be the case. You need to then go for the strongest tool, which we have is surgery, gastric bypass, or vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So that's why the consultations are there. So we consult, we basically ask you about your goals, your goal weight. We ask you about certain medical conditions. We ask you about certain surgeries you've had in the past, and we basically do a weigh-in, do your height, get your body mass index, and then we make a decision based on all of this information. But ultimately, we do take the partnership with the patient very seriously. And if they say, Doc, I want a balloon, regardless of what you've told me, fine, you will have a balloon. And ultimately, balloon does have good weight loss. But obviously, you will not reach like 50 kilograms or 100 kilograms. It's very rare. It can happen, but it's very rare. It's very difficult, ultimately. So I think it's just a message to people who want to know more about, weight loss, that when you come to see a surgeon, they should be able to offer you the full range of options and options that which you are comfortable with. They should be able to tell you about the limitations, the pros and cons of each and every procedure, how much weight loss we are going to expect with the procedure and so forth. So ultimately, it's good to consult. It's good to also research. Out there, there are a lot of people out there like Tigeto as well, who are promoting. They are creating awareness around weight loss surgery, around the weight loss procedures, and around just being healthy generally. So I think people need to do research. A lot of information out there, but of course, ultimately, the best is to have a consultation. Because everyone is different. We cannot paint everyone with the same brush ultimately.
Can never.
Never. So
Another strategy, never.
Exactly. So ultimately, what we want to do is to make a tailor-made plan for each and every patient that comes to the doctor.
Okay, fantastic. Cool. And also, you do, other than consulting with you, you refer us to other specialists that test our lungs, the hearts, sleep apnea, a physician. So, I think the most comforting thing is knowing that by the time we agree on surgery, on your side, you cross the T's and you dot the I's with other specialists. And here I am, I'm alive. Guys, come consult, please. Come consult, please. Yes, you see, also the office is very nice, so it doesn't feel like hospital. Something like that.
So this is a Dr. Zunda's office.
Okay.
Still a work in progress.
Because you just moved in, right? Yeah.
And this is our hydration room. Work in progress as well. This is going to be like our hydration hall.
This is going to be a fancy clinic actually.
Yeah. And I think there's still someone, but it's a consulting room as well.
Okay.
And then,
where do you do your non-surgical thingy?
This here is our recovery room for our non-surgical thingies.
Okay. Like me that other day.
And then Christ the Redeemer is...
Christ the Redeemer. This is where we get rid of fat, ne? The non-surgical.
Yeah, so
such a fancy office, hey?
We're still working on the whole thing. It's gonna look nicer.
Guys, this is your contact person, Banene. You will speak to him.
What do you do for her? She's very open. That's what I like.
And then you know the doctor's room. This is a waiting area.
Just tell them that there's a YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Rather watch that thing.
Exactly.
So you know what this YouTube channel is.
Lahat, I hope you didn't tell people that you're air hostess, nah?
This is our first line.
Because we can see.
First line of defense.
Stamping labels on our bodies, stamping labels on our brains. Never thought you'd lie about it, 'cause we need it for a change. Guess they need us for a change. You could picture the face just by looking at her back. You could say it's in vain to look for meaning on the leg of our existence, 'cause we all seem so distant. But instead of our presence, we leave marks with this absence. Yeah, you can feel this absence.
Chamaka, slender. Yes, Bona, Modern, Bona. I'm getting what myself.